York State Manufacturing Now. Today we're at Specialty Silicone Products in Ballston Spa, New York. We're going to find out what SSP does, how long they've been around, and who works here. Come on inside. So Adam, thanks for doing this with us. We appreciate it greatly.
Happy to do it. Thanks for coming out today.
Tell us about the history of Specialty Silicone Products. How long have they been around? It's been a while.
Sure. So the company was founded in 1989. It was really by 5 partners who all worked for GE Silicone. There was a need for a high purity silicone septa for gas chromatography applications. And for GE, that was really too niche of a market. It was too small. So these guys saw this business opportunity and got together. And what was unique about them was they all had their own skill set that they brought to the table, their own market knowledge. And so they grew the company by adding on product lines. So it wasn't just this gas chromatography application, but it was silicone compounding. It was EMI, RFI shielding elastomers. It was silicone cap mats. At one point there was silicone grease compounds in the mix. So they brought all these products together and started manufacturing them in Ballston Spa.
Who are some of your customers at SSP? You serve some different markets. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so we're really a broad-based business. So we're in aerospace, we're in military and defense, we're in laboratories, some medical applications, telecommunications, a little bit of automotive. So we kind of span everything. We're even in space. So we reach broadly across many markets, and that's part of what makes us really unique, I think. We're not tied to just one market, one application. And our customers typically find us because they have a really challenging problem they can't solve on their own, or they can't solve it in a timely manner with someone else. So they find us and we help them out, we figure it out.
Let's talk about one of the applications, laboratory products. This is, my understanding, is a lot of what you do as a company.
Yep.
So it's an important piece of the puzzle. What are the laboratory products that you make? I think you mentioned a couple of them. Septa. What the heck is a Septa?
All right, so a Septa is basically a resealable liner that's used. So if you think about when you go to the doctor and you get a vaccine, right? There's a glass vial, there's a cap on it, and they'll pierce the needle through, pull the drug out. That cap theoretically reseals, right? That liner reseals. So we make a product very similar to that, but it's not for drug delivery, it's for testing, it's for QC testing. So basically with our product, all they do is they use it to pierce a sample of something that's in production. It could be related to food manufacturing, it could be related to municipality water testing or soil testing, it could be related to all kinds of pharmaceutical manufacturing. They're basically using it to test against a known standard and compare the contents and composition.
At the end of the day, it's really a gasket. I mean, this gasket that we're talking about, a Septa, is typically on a vial, so that's where they start to call it a Septa, but that's really all it is. I mean, these gaskets that we make at SSP, not just for medical device or whatever it may be in laboratory testing, it's all about the gasketing system. So really just in this case, just a gasket to protect whatever's inside that vial so it's not contaminated during testing.
What are advanced materials?
Yeah.
How do you define that one?
Yep. Advanced materials is basically a family of custom formulated silicone compounds that meet very stringent military or industrial type applications. These can be basically designed for attributes such as high strength, extreme temperature capability, and our conductive silicone line can even shield against electromagnetic interference as well as radio frequency interference.
Anytime you have communications devices that are using electromagnetic signals, you can have essentially what is noise, extra waves that are being emitted from that system. So they can interfere with other systems. And essentially what we want to do is shield from that, so we can use a metal-filled silicone seal or gasket to prevent the electromagnetic interference.
SSP is basically a one-stop shop for custom formulation silicones as well as finished parts. So if we don't have something on the shelf to meet your application, we can custom formulate and then ultimately make you, whether it be raw material, sheets, rolls, for processing later, or we can mold, we can cut parts here and make finished parts. So we're basically a one-stop shop from inception all the way to a finished part application.